Today's topic, the Try Guys. They just released a video statement recently. If you aren't aware, the Try Guys are a group that emanated from the BuzzFeed era and then went on to create their own successful channel. It's 4 dudes who try a bunch of stuff. Now they do sketches, different things like that. Very popular brand. Okay.
They try shit.
Now, one of the individuals, who's the I Love My Wife guy, he's married, with a wife and kids 4 weeks ago, was at a weekend out public partying, and somebody snapped a picture of him making out with an Asian woman who wasn't his wife. If that was confusing, his wife's not Asian. I don't know why I included Asian. A woman. So let's hear the video statement because now they're talking about it.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles. We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making. Throughout this video, there will be things that we want to say or go into further, but as I'm sure you're aware, there are some legal issues we have to consider as we go through everything.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior.
An employee?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of their employees?
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
You don't know where I'm going.
Okay, I don't know where you're going.
We don't have any Asian employees.
That's not where I was going.
Okay, I misunderstood
I know
where you thought I was going because you don't know everyone involved in HR, so maybe you were misunderstanding where I was going.
I know where you're going. What happened to the girl?
Listen,
the employee?
None of the women who work for us, I would not be involved with.
That's not what I'm talking about, nigga. Get the fuck out of this shit. That's not even what I'm... not even...
I'm not incriminating myself. I didn't do nothing.
What?
Huh? Who?
I know where you're going with this. You're a liar!
Yeah. I didn't do nothing. I'll kill you if you tell anyone.
Let that shit go.
Huh? I was home last weekend. Shut up, nigga. We're partners. Sorry, I'm just trolling so hard. Some of you are going through my fucking Google feeds trying to find out who works for us. Chill out. Nothing happened. But
that's going to be the next big thing.
Ooh. But telling on himself.
We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us. And we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here. This is something we took very seriously. We refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and it's not what we stand for.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough review of the facts.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the 3 of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee. We chose not to rush into the announcement for a few reasons. Namely, there are real people who have been affected. And while we consider this a company matter, there's just also a family at the center of this.
We also want to remind you that the internet has a tendency to be a lot harsher towards women than men. So please, we ask that you exercise kindness.
Things will change here. What we hope is that within this, there's also the opportunity for positive growth and better videos ahead. But it's going to be hard. This whole thing is going to be really fucking hard.
And we imagine you have lots of questions, a lot more questions right now, and we're going to have more to say in the future. Just right now, we're focused on bringing the best content possible between now and the end of the year, and then figuring out what the future of this channel looks like from there.
That's it for now. Again, more to come. Some things may change. We are just sort of figuring it out all one day at a time.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate you, and we look forward to introducing you to the next era of the Try Guys ahead.
Okay, so there's the end of the video.
Okay!
So, what are your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. I need a minute to think about it. What are my thoughts? Just go ahead.
The reason why this gets a little bit weird is that the woman who he slept with, a young Asian lady, who's 24, I believe, was, I believe, engaged to somebody else who worked at the company. He unfollowed her on Instagram, which is how Reddit was like, yo, why would he unfollow his girl? And the Asian girl in the photo kind of looks like, bang, yo, listen. First off, the internet, undefeated. The detectives, they were trying to keep this hush-hush. The detective said, open the door, bitch. Time to pay for your taxes. The IRS is here.
Okay, that's the thing. You can't just, you watch a video, I don't have all the intel, and then you ask me what the fuck going on.
I mean, that's not
wait.
That's just gossip.
That's not gossip. That's messy as fuck.
Yeah, but that's just juice.
No. It's not just the juice. Wait a minute. This explains to me that reaction. Because I didn't get it. Like, it was, okay, it's just an employee that, I felt like this was a lot of PR and a lot of things that was involved into this. Now I get it.
The whole thing, what it really comes down to, he's a married man.
Yes.
Who's featured his wife in his brand.
Yes.
He's the I love my wife guy.
Yes.
And he cheated on her with an
Yes.
employee.
Yes.
That's the crux of it.
Yes.
That's the real meat of the whole thing.
The whole company looks messy from that. So
Okay.
yeah, this was here.
My wife. 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 I'm married to my wife. My wife. My wife. My wife.
Why do you sound like Professor Snape?
So we did a compilation real fast.
Yeah. That
You're
person.
being petty, bro.
That person's petty.
So remember that girl who posted a picture of herself with a whole bag of oranges, her ass hanging out the fishnets?
Yes.
She lost her brand deal afterwards because she
Yes.
posted those photos, and we said, yeah, that's what happened.
If a company doesn't want to, and
If your brand is I love my wife and you cheating on your wife with a young employee at work, sorry, you gotta go. Sorry, you gotta go. That's your whole brand.
that's your whole brand.
That's your brand. You gotta go. If your brand is protecting kids and you diddling kids, you gotta go. I mean, you gotta go, period, if you're diddling kids. But you get what I'm trying to, you gotta extra go.
Brand or no brand.
Yeah. Maybe that's not the best
That
example,
went deep.
but you get what I'm trying to say.
That was a bit.
You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. Oh, here's a better example. Okay? If Leonardo DiCaprio cheats on his wife, well, she turned 25. It's what she deserves. If
26.
The Rock cheats on his wife, it has a different implication. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but he's not gonna go. That's not a good example.
What you mean?
It's not gonna go nowhere. That's not a brand. He doesn't work for his brand. Is not gonna fire him. He's the CEO of his brand. It's not a good example.
But it takes a hit. There's huge ramifications for what he's doing because of how he portrays himself to the public.
Fair.
You understand what I'm trying to
I
say?
see what you're saying.
Right? So
you're saying.
he might not hurt himself, but in terms of the family-friendly stuff, there's plenty of movie companies who won't work with him as a result of that.
True.
Right? Because of how he's portrayed himself to the public.
Mm-hmm.
People get affected differently based off of what brand image they have and the actions they engage in. That's why Leonardo DiCaprio can cheat on his wife every day of the week.
Nobody cares about it. That's not part
Nobody
of his brand.
cares.
Nobody.
You get what I'm trying to say?
It's part of his brand.
So we gotta go.
That's why it was such a big deal when Kevin Hart did it, because he put it in his brand.
Yes.
And he shows it. And
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Look, I get that when stuff like this happens, there's going to be speculation and gossip. And we ask that you respect the privacy of the family members and employees who may be caught up in this.
I understand what the Asian guy on the left was saying, where he's like, this is a private matter. If you guys can, please don't speculate this and that. The problem is, and this is where a lot of like content creators lose me when they talk about parasocial relationships. It's like, people didn't invade your privacy. You brought them into your home. You introduced them to your kids.
You exposed it.
introduced to your wife. You made a bunch of stories. You made them part of content. You made fans sound like a big family. Then some shit pop off. You're like, well, actually, we want y'all to back off. No. You've made them emotionally invested in every time.
Oh, we're in one season 2. We on season 2, episode 4 of your whole life. So yeah, when you
You lose me. Content creators who do this whole like parasocial relationship. No. It's not a parasocial relationship. Boo boo. You're the one telling your audience you love them. I don't say that to my audience. I don't call my audience my family. I appreciate y'all watching. We not homies. We not friends. Right? And I thank you guys because most of y'all, when you see me in person, you're very respectful. I love that. Thank you.
shout outs to you.
Thank you. All right? But when I see these kind of situations and they're asking for distance, you don't have the right to.
Because you already included them. You opened the door. You showed everything. You show where you live, how your inside of your house works and stuff like that. Oof. You introduce your kids.
Yep.
There's some people I consider acquaintances. They never met my family. Like, yeah, I mean, before you meet my family, before you meet people around, B. You don't put people.
I'll take it a step further. They
So
didn't just introduce their family and their whatever. They
they made it.
monetized
Yeah,
it.
they monetized it.
Meaning they
made
did
money.
it for profit.
Yeah.
They took these people's money or the advertising dollars that they brought them, profited from it, and then they want to be like, take a step back. What you talking about?
No.
You can't do that.
You open the door.
I can understand for the people involved, you want it because now it's such a public thing, it's embarrassing. You want to protect them. It's understandable.
Absolutely.
But these are the consequences of the choices you've made up until now. That's why folks get online and want to share everything because everything can make money. Absolutely. People ask me, but why don't you capitalize on this? Why don't you share this? Because of this.
That's not your business.
Because of this. I need certain aspects of my life to stay private. So that shit pop off. Y'all have no right to it. And I can demand that, and I have the right to.
Because I never introduced you to that.
That is my boundary.
You know,
it's just not how it works.
Whenever we jump on live, throwing motherfuckers, I was like, show us the pictures of your wife and stuff like that. They been doing that for.
No.
None of your business.
None of your business. And then on top of that, this is why, okay, this is why people mention the whole sex work thing. I pretty much guarantee you guys this, that he would not be in trouble right now. This is not a good or a bad thing. I'm not telling you what's morally right. I'm just telling you business-wise. He would still be a try guy if he just hired somebody and had some discretion. Instead, this dumbass, okay, goes to a public event, takes one of his coworkers. He's a publicly recognizable person, part of a YouTube channel with 7 million followers, okay? And he's making out with her in public. You're an idiot. You gotta be one of the dumbest people I know. And the reason why I bring this up is you can feel how you want about cheating. And listen, let him hold his L. He's gonna hold it every single day of the week. Now it's even worse because you've involved employees, which now legal litigation. Now it's a public affair. So now your wife is embarrassed. Her family knows. Because let me tell you something. If you're dating somebody and something happens, okay? Let's say she flirts with someone or whatever. It's one thing if it's between you, the person she flirted with, and that. It's another thing if the whole community, your whole job, all the friends and family know. Because now you got a million different voices chiming in. You can maybe work through that between the two of you, right? There's a lot of reconciliation that can happen. When you got the whole world involved, that adds an extra layer. You got to hold the L on so many different fronts. 1 for cheating, 2 for doing it stupidly.
Man, he fumbled the bag.
3 for doing it with an employee.
He fumbled the bag.
And this is why people pay for sex work. Y'all seeing it right now.
They paid for discretion.
Y'all, because let me tell you, that if he was stupid and brazen enough to do that in public, trust he's been doing this for a long time. Trust he's been doing that for a long time. You don't just graduate from fidelity to, hey, we're at a party, let's make out. No. Especially not when she dating somebody else too. That means this has been going on for a minute.
Oh, that's extra.
To me, watching this whole situation unfold, it's like if somebody's just fucking around and they cheating on their wife, like it's not my business.
Nope.
Now it gets a little bit weirder when it's your brand, sure. Now it gets extra weirder when it's your employee, absolutely. Doesn't make it criminal or something, but I can understand. But when I'm hearing them do all this apologizing and stuff like that, it tells me there's got to be more stuff in this that makes it extra weird.
That hence the reason why they were so.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be. I am mad. But yeah, hey, listen, guys, if you start making money, you're no longer a regular person who dates regularly.
Don't show out and be.
That's just over. If you go out here, you're gonna do some. Even if you want to flirt with a girl and you do, that shit just different now. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair, but it is what it is, and you got a business to protect. Okay, so this is important. Some details from the last video. Okay, December 2021. Alex's fiance, which is the Asian girl, her fiance Will, went through her phone, being a snoopy motherfucker, and saw her and Ned had hooked up while on some work trip. December 2021. This is a full ass almost year ago.
Almost a year ago. About a year ago.
They ended up staying together, but Will reached out to Ned, the guy who cheated on his wife, warning him to back off. Beginning of this month, I want to say September 1st or 2nd, Will, who's the guy who got cheated on, and Ned's wife, the wife who got cheated on.
Wait, what? Wait.
The two people who got cheated on.
Yeah.
Okay. Received videos and pictures from a few people showing Ned and Alex, the two people who cheated,
back again,
making out at a club as well as holding hands during the day at a market in NYC. Public. Ariel, who's the wife who got cheated on, had just landed in New York City to meet up with the Try Guys and their significant others, because they're all married or whatever, but got the news at that time about the pictures. She confronted Ned, and when he confirmed it, Alex had been in a relationship that, when he confirmed that him and Alex, basically saying like him, we were cheating, had been in a relationship for almost a year, she got back on the plane and came back to LA immediately. When the Try Guys had talks with employees, many said they noticed flirting, knew they had lunch hookups, and stayed at each other's places occasionally, and showed up to events together, and had big feels something was up. So they've known for this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So what we said earlier about the fact that this is going on for a long time, you don't just graduate to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely the case.
And also when I'm saying that, it just blew out of proportion, and now other people knew. It's where the fan knew that they start to be like, okay, now we need to do a thing, and then they don't stand in like a bad
public.
bitch. It's when the public, you understand? And that's what I said, and that's why, and it goes with what I was saying before when I said, okay, that's why they're making a big deal out of it, because now the public see how messy it is.
Yeah.
That's what I meant with that. Is that there was something really out. People sending pictures of this and that, the public's knowing. Now your whole brand looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks rotten from inside, right?
Hold
And
hands.
so now your whole brand looks like an enabler from that thing to happen, because they know that it's been going on for a long time. People know that shit. The people are involved, lawyers, stuff and that. And that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I understand why they're making a big deal out of it, because now it looks bad.
I mean, maybe it's because once they found out, they started going through the process in private, and it just so happened to go public.
Maybe. Fair.
Yeah.
But I still and
I mean,
we noticed this.
If
and
you guys
that.
all know each other, and you guys all know each other's wives, and you guys are all spending time together, and you find out homie's cheating on his wife with one of your employees,
Yeah, but
you probably go through the process to get fired him too.
Yeah, but just even with the flirting, and he like, you don't talk to your homie, like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this? Sometimes you pick up shit on some people you work with. Mm-hmm. You pick up vibes.
You know what I
pick
ask?
up vibe.
You know what I asked though? Is this just confirmation bias?
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, sometimes you suspect something, but you're not really sure, so you let it go. You get what I'm saying? Then it happens. You're like, bitch, I knew the whole time.
Yeah, I
know.
I understand what you're saying. But when I understand.
You know, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt.
Because I can imagine, the way that these guys came up, that this is probably a big deal for all of them. So, I'm trying to be charitable. Seems like when they found out a month ago, they started going through the process because they were editing him out of every video. They were pretty much scrubbing him clean. That's not a short process.
That's not a short process.
He stopped working with them once they found out, according to this timeline. So, got to give him some due difference there. But anyways, all this to say, not all cheating is created equal. And my friend, the way you did it has got to be the dumbest way and the worst way. You didn't just cheat, motherfucker. You had a full-on affair. There's a difference. There is. Ask most wives. They'll tell you, if he fuck a prostitute, that's one thing.
If
he out here kissing and holding hands and trying to get a bitch pregnant,
that's the first thing they're gonna ask. That's the thing. Did you love her? That's the first thing.
A lot of them will say that. There's people who say no cheating whatsoever, and there's people who really like.
No, but even if there's the no cheating whatsoever, like there's no cheating whatsoever.
Yeah.
But once a motherfucker finds out, like after all the rah shit, motherfucker gonna be like, okay, but tell me one thing. Yeah. They're gonna ask you. Yeah. But was there feelings? Yeah. People are gonna want to know if there's feelings. What does this mean to you? Yeah. Was this just a thing of opportunity? When was it ego? What was it? Or there was actually feelings? Yeah. And I feel like feelings hurt more. Sure. Like if there was like if you okay, y'all build this whole shit. If it's just it hurts. It already hurts. It hurts. But the fact that you build a whole other shit, then it hurts more, I think.
So I'll confirm what you just said. On one of my Instagram stories, I asked, I said, ladies, what would you prefer? Your significant other cheated on you, or your significant other decked you in the face full force, punch right to your jaw, possibly breaking your face? What would you prefer? What do you think they all chose?
Cheat.
No, they chose violence. They'd rather
They chose violence.
every single one of them. Almost every single one of them said, "I'd rather get punched at full force by my than him cheating." Now, mind you, maybe they just don't know what it's like to get punched with their frame and their husband. Maybe they don't know. Because let me tell you, you let a man wind up, he could kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? Some of you tiny ass ladies, I had women who were 5 foot hobbits.
Bro.
Nah, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship. Hey, listen, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. You get me? Y'all riding trees and shit. Got little furry feet.
I just thought of something.
And you getting punched for force. You probably gonna die. And they like, give it to me. Hit different, don't it?
Imagine. Oh my God, I can't believe you. Oh shit, it's not that bad. God damn. Whoa! Do it again, nigga.